Yo, what's up? So IGN just dropped a new interview with the Outer Worlds game director, Patel. It's got some new story and gameplay info, along with some new footage. So I went back and I read and watched some old interviews to learn more about the DLC. To make this video, I wanted to learn more, especially about the story, what I'm more interested in. So the DLC is going to come out Wednesday, September 9th. Gorgon is the name of both the asteroid the DLC takes place on and the research project run by Spacer's Choice. And of course, the name of the DLC is Peril of Gorgon. And if you don't know, Gorgon comes from Greek mythology. That's the mythological monsters, with Medusa probably being the most famous. She's got the poisonous snakes as hair, and her gaze can turn people into stone. If you played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you might remember fighting Medusa along with some other Greek mythological creatures, such as the Cyclops. So the name probably comes from the rocky terrain on the asteroid, which Carrie said was close to Scylla from the base game, as for location-wise. So in the trailer, a scientist says Spacer's Choice wanted them to develop a miracle drug, and this is also where Adrenatine was produced, but the project was mysteriously shut down 5 years ago, so it's the job of the player to investigate the ruins to discover what happened. It's not yet clear, but whatever happened had an enormous effect on all of Halcyon. Since most of the people that worked here are no longer there, the makers introduced their take on the audio log. It's called the Portable Phonograph. So this helps the player piece together the past by finding these logs scattered throughout the facility, so you can hear their stories and what happened through these logs. I really like this because it doesn't interrupt the gameplay. When I'm playing, it's really hard for me to switch gears and stop to read a journal or a note. I just want to keep playing. So with this, you get to keep moving while you listen to a voice actor deliver the lines, which is more impactful, I think, when they deliver it with emotion, and you get the sense of the mood better. In the new gameplay from IGN, we meet Van Hoffman. He's at the Sprat Shack, which is a sublight bar. He gives us an eye test to see if we have changed like the others. He says symptoms include twitching, paranoia, and shitting yourself. So those affected just become animals over time. And then next, we talk with Lenore. She was a former employee on Gorgon. This is a little side mission. She asks us to recover her husband Jerome's old hip flask. She reveals that Gorgon became a war zone with the Marauders infiltrating the labs. So they all had to evacuate, and then during the evacuation, Jerome sacrificed himself to save her. So she wants a memento to remember him by. Alright, so you're going to make your way up to the upper area of Gorgon, into the danger zone. They're calling this the Highlands, where all the enemies are. And we're still going to have the same companions from the main game. Luckily, they're going to be fully integrated into the DLC story, so we're going to have all new interactions and dialogue, so nothing generic or repeating from the base game. Carrie said in an interview, because the impact of what happened on Gorgon, it's had an enormous effect on all of Halcyon, so they wanted to lean into the companions to help tell the player the story by reflecting on some of the big revelations and the important moments. So players can expect to see cool moments from their base game companions, including some pretty neat arcs for a few companions who have huge moments of special reflection and meaning attached to the events on Gorgon. And I also read in Polygon that Sam's going to get a little more attention, so I know that's going to make a lot of people happy, since he was a little neglected in the base game, and he seems to be a fan favorite. Matt Hansen, the project art director for the expansion, described the world as a sprawling labyrinth collection of canyons and caves with some sub-biomes and abandoned facilities to explore, a desolate but visually bustling space. Also that there will be a couple of opportunities for some off-world encounters, both at locations that the player is familiar with and new sub-levels, so smaller locations elsewhere that will be new to the player. Alright, so up on the surface, Felix is going to wonder out loud what destroyed the place. I think he's foreshadowing some kind of bigger enemy, possibly this guy we saw in the trailer. Carrie was saying in another interview, it's something that's going to be revealed as you play, it's important. And also, as mentioned earlier, the Marauders will be returning, so you could pick to be aggressive here, or you could use this new blue grass to sneak up to them, or you could use it to sneak around them. And their presence is also a mystery, how they got there, what they're doing there. That's something else you're going to have to discover as you investigate. So, after taking out some Marauders, you're going to find Jerome's journal, and you're going to discover that he went through that transformation that Van Hoffman was talking about earlier, and then you're going to find his flask in his bed. And then to complete the side mission, you're going to return it to Lenore, And then just like the base game, you're going to get a bunch of options. So you can decide if you want to break the news to her, keep her in the dark, or just lie. You could say he died peacefully, or you think he might have made it out. Alright, so the DLC is going to feature 3 new science weapons. The first one's called the PET, or the Pest Extermination Tool. This is kind of a pike weapon that uses a gravitational pull to bring enemies in close for a free shot. You can see it in action here in a new gameplay. And then the second and third weapon I read about briefly in an interview. The second weapon's called the Special Delivery, and it basically just fires homing missiles in on enemies, so it can chase them around corners. And then the third weapon is called the Employee Benefits, and they basically described it as a healing device. So you can kind of hang back and let your companions fight, and then you could stay safe and just heal your companions as they get hurt. Alright, so what's really cool about these Obsidian games is all the trouble they go through to figure out what the crazy shit the player's going to do, and then prepare for it. So if they want to kill a major quest giver or NPC, it's not going to break the game in any way. You can still continue on. An article from July from Polygon, they talk about how it's up to the player how delicate they want to be while navigating the mystery. The team has plotted a puzzle that could be solved even if all the suspects were murdered by the player. A kill everyone run was a major headache to manage in the main game, but Obsidian wanted to ensure that this was a well-rounded narrative with plenty of leads and ways to solve the primary conflict. And Carrie adds, there's one particular possible murder that, as weird as it sounds to say, I'm really proud of our team for. I don't want to spoil it, but when you try it, you'll know it when you find it. And then the art director, Matt Hansen, continues. He said, it's really fun having to design around the implication of knowing that the player can show up, kill the primary quest giver for the first time before you even get to talk to her, and then having to design interesting, engaging fallbacks for that inevitability. So you can see there's a lot of work that goes in behind these games, all the different pathways they got to figure out, and that explains why this probably took so long. Because I know I got kind of bummed out when I haven't seen anything. I thought no DLCs were coming. So to see that not only 1 but 2 DLCs are coming is pretty cool. So the next one's going to be in 2021 though. So we got some time. That's going to be called The Murder on Iridanos. So that primary quest giver that Matt was talking about is going to be Minnie Ambrose. Private Division described her as a wealthy recluse in a press release. She's going to task you with solving the mysterious disappearance of her mother. She was the head of a secret science project that aimed to develop a powerful new drug strain for Spacer's Choice. So that's going to be the initial premise that gets you to Gorgon. The DLC is going to last about 6 to 8 hours to complete, about as long as the Monarch area from the main game. And you have to have completed the Monarch area to access the DLC. So, we're going to get 3 more level increases along with new perks, skills, and flaws. Like I said, it comes out September 9th. It's going to cost $14.99. Xbox Game Pass users are going to receive a 10% discount. An expansion pass can be purchased as well, which will include both DLCs for a total price of $24.99. I did see in an interview, Carrie said the DLC would be free if you have Game Pass, but I might have misheard her, or she might have misspoke, because I feel like that wouldn't happen. But maybe if we're lucky, we can get it for free too if you have Game Pass. Alright, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to go through the story, try to give you an idea what to expect on September 9th. I'm pretty fired up for this DLC. It kind of sucks that it comes out on a Wednesday. I wish it came out on a weekend, so I didn't have work. I might take off. We'll see. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and then I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.